Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Talkin' Stick podcast. We are going live. Episode 2 while we get everything set right now. So, welcome back. Let me get this going real quick. What's up? Hello. Heel. Auditions. Don't worry about that. Let me get this.
We got a special guest, Jackson.
And I'm waiting on Ashley to come on as our guest all the way in Alaska.
Alaska?
Okay, let's see. Where's she at? How's everybody's day going? Happy Tuesday. Bitcoin going back up. Tell them what you're sewing now. What you're working on.
I mean, it's a lot of things that I should be working on, but my major next project, after I do these little ones, get those out of the way, I'm making some vests out of Pendleton blankets and other blankets that we have. So that's my next project. I have a few of those coming out. I'm really excited about that one. And yeah, that's my next thing that I'm working on.
And the new website's up, new theme style. A lot of them saying it's an easy checkout too, which is great. Unable to join. What's going on here? So again, everything's situated.
There you are.
Hi.
Hi, Ashley.
You squinched up.
Maybe just put the camera.
It's going.
Okay. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you. How are you?
Thank you. Good. You look cute.
Thank you.
We're just still setting it up here.
Okay.
How's audio? We good?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Look, we're going to just introduce ourselves to everybody. Going to start it off. Hi, everybody. I'm Yendi. I'm Cachiquel from my mom's side. I'm Mexican from my dad's side. Then we got
Johnny Nito, Tule River Yokuts tribe in Paiute.
And then our special guest today is Ashley. Go ahead, Ashley. Introduce yourself.
Chamai Sugtstun ka ataka Ashley Nallungriiq DeHart shunumi soslianga kazukwak mi soslia. Mamaka Ada Coil shunumi soslianga kazukwak mi soslia. Dadaka Ken Doctolero Long Beach, California miu. Apaka Fred Coil Jr. kazukwak mi soslia Alatak Bay. Imaka Irene Coyle, Kazukwakmi Soslia Mosier Bay, Huinga, Joey Verrett DeHart, Sakse Homa Ogla, Rikahakmu Louisiana, Baniaka Lingako Kaknak DeHart, Kajikwakmiu, Hui Sochbiakalutik, Kajikwakmi Alaska, Denena Esnena Koyana. So what I said was, hi, my name is Ashley DeHart. I'm originally from Kodiak Island. My native name is Nallungriiq, and it translates to one who sees the future or one who knows of things. My mom is Ada Coyle from Kodiak Island. My grandpa is Fred Coyle Jr. from Akiak, raised there and born in Alatak. He's the last traditional chief of our village, and my grandmother is Irene Coyle. My husband is Joey. He's of the Red Crawfish people, Homa Nation in Louisiana, and our daughter is Nallungriiq. And we all currently live here in Anchorage, and Anchorage, Alaska, and land acknowledgement.
I was like, where is that?
And so yeah, Koyana for having me.
Thank you for joining us. I low-key have been a fan of you. I follow you from my personal page, and I just think you're so cool. How you're learning your own culture as well. I've seen like the stuff that you're putting out there and how you are learning, and when you started doing some of your commission work as well, and then I've seen some of your husband's work too. I can't remember who I started following first, but I follow you and your husband. I think you guys are so cute too. I love it.
Thank you so much.
How's the weather up there?
It's pretty cold and the sun isn't
still
up.
sunny? Is it still
No.
sunny?
Wait, why is it like all night now?
No, we only have daylight now, but it's not like, it's hard to explain. It's not the sun, but it's light out, but it's not the sun.
Yeah.
Oh.
Never dark there.
Yeah.
Oh, so you guys have to have like black curtains, right? To like cover
Yeah.
That's why the blackouts were invented,
That's
man.
cool. Does it make a okay, since your husband, he's from Louisiana, right?
Yeah.
Was it, I don't know if it was hard, or was he able to adjust to the sunlight, or did he think it was weird?
I think he was saying it was really hard to like get used to. So like his family actually moved to Alaska after Hurricane Katrina.
Oh.
And when he turned 18, he went back to Louisiana, and then, you know, that's when we met, but we met online. But then he came back to Alaska because his family was living here anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Oh, wow.
Humidity to cold, huh?
Yeah.
That's a good one. Awesome.
Okay, let me see. Okay, Ashley, so just starting out, you said that you're trying to learn more about your culture. Is it something that you're starting off by yourself, or do you have maybe your parents or grandparents that are slowly trying to learn too, or do they know a little bit and you're learning from, or what made you start going into just learning more about you and your culture?
Yeah, so I got started because, you know, when I was a teenager, I was into partying and stuff, like really bad. And so like I had nowhere, you know, to go other than partying. So like I guess, you know, in my entire life, I never really told anyone I was Native. So that's around 16 or 17 years old is when I started getting into my culture. You know, just my grandparents were really like suppressed and oppressed that they couldn't really like share our culture because they were told that they couldn't, you know. So I grew up knowing I was Native. You know, I grew up around the language, the food, the dancing and stuff like that, but it, like, other than that, that was it. But I believe like when I first wanted to really learn is when I went to one of the powwows around here, and they were doing the royalty, like they were crowning like the new royalty, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to be her. And so like that's where like things kicked off, and so like I really started learning and kicked things off really fast. Like I went from like smoking cigarettes and drinking to like the next day I'm like, okay, I don't do that no more. I'm gonna
started.
Yeah, so it was just a journey from then to now, and right now I'm okay with what I know. Right now I'm focusing on like reclaiming different arts that my people have done that not too many people do nowadays. Like back in November I made a oil lamp, a stone made out of soapstone, and I was able to carve it out and stuff like that with the help of Marjorie Tabone. Her native name is Kunak, and she's a Nupiaq from up north here in Alaska. And so it was probably around that time where I was like, I want to start carving. And surprisingly, my stepdad is a master ivory carver. So I'm getting help from him on carving ivory and baleen, and right now I'm practicing on wood. But yeah.
Nice.
Is one easier than the other, or is it the same?
Softer.
What's
I
softer?
kind of want to say like ivory is probably easier to carve. Like with the wood and the Dremel, it's like you can't have the Dremel going too fast or you're gonna burn the wood. So I mean, I want to carve ivory now, but I don't want to waste material because it's like really hard
Okay.
to get, you know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So going back to the when you had, let's say, like your turning point, right?
Mhm.
I can relate to you on that because that's where I started off too. I'm from the city, from LA, and you know the lifestyle is drinking and partying and smoking, and I got burnt out of that too. And I felt like, okay, well, what else is there? What else is more of me if I factor those things out? And that's when I started on my venture too, to find my culture. And then I found out about my first powwow in our area. I went to my first powwow, and that's not from our culture. That's more of my husband. But I still wanted to learn and understand. I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. And like they are similarities. And so I went to that, and then I met my husband, and then once I was with him, that's when I decided that I didn't want to drink anymore because he didn't drink, and he explained to me about it. He explained to me like what drinking does to you spiritually and mentally, and then I was like, oh, okay, like I'm gonna just stop. I straight up just stopped too, just went cold turkey on it, and it wasn't hard. I don't know if that was for you too. Like once you find your purpose of it, or like why you want to stop, it was easy for me. Was it the same for you?
Yeah, it was easy to start off with. It was really hard maintaining though. I think there was like 2 times where I drank again, but it was because I was 21 and dumb. But you know,
I mean, no, but it happens though. Like it's from going from one day to another. It's not easy for everybody. Everybody has their different reasons. I luckily was able to move away from that. If I were with my friends, I don't think it would have been as easy for me. But my husband and I happened to move out of state. We lived in Oklahoma for 1.5 years, and that's when I wasn't drinking. And it was boring, but I didn't feel like I needed to. I think because he didn't drink either, so that helped too. So I didn't have to. Like, he probably would have like been mad at me or something, but I didn't. Like, it wasn't that hard, just being by myself with him. But
Tame the beast.
But congratulations on your sobriety. How long have you been sober now?
1.5 years or 2 years now, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Let me see, what else? You have a daughter?
Yeah.
Right? How old is she?
She's 1.5.
Aww.
Yeah. She's really cute. She's really smart. She's in the other room. I was trying to ask my mom. I was like, Mom, can you watch her? I kind of have something going on Tuesday, but she's going through something right now. So she's like, sorry, I can't. So she's in the other room right now. But
okay.
She's probably putting herself for a nap though. She's good.
Okay. If you do need to get her, we completely understand. Just let me know, and we'll just like fill in or talk or something. I mean, cause we got 2 kids too. We completely understand, and we have to include ours in. Like we're gonna pop in and out. She's gonna cry. I have to feed one. So don't worry. Don't feel embarrassed. If you need to go, just go. Just walk away, okay? So you said that you met your husband online.
Dreamcatcher.com, right?
Yeah. Was it really a website? Yeah. No way.
Indian country today. They know what I'm talking about.
Did you know about that?
No, I didn't.
Look it up once.
Oh my God. I wonder if it's still up.
That's for you, Chelsea.
But when you met him, were you already learning about what? Well, yeah, because you guys recently got married, kind of, or are you guys?
Yeah, we got married in 2017.
Okay, so when you met him, you were already practicing more of your culture and embracing it. Was he there too, or did he also have to learn about his culture?
Yeah, so when we met, you know, I was already crown royalty, so like I couldn't, a code of conduct, I couldn't date. So we were friends for a really long time, you know, like we liked each other, but you know, I had to hold myself with respect and be like true to, you know, the contract that I signed. But during that time, like I was still learning about myself and he was still learning about his people. And I think at that time, like he was interested in his language or something like that. And so like he was doing his own thing, I was kind of doing mine. And but it was neat to like bring him into like the drum family that I'm a part of, and reconnect him, you know, in that way. I mean, it's not necessarily like how his people, you know, have celebration, but you know, it's at least we're all native and we're all getting together and we're all kind of like on the same spiritual mission, you know.
Yes.
But yeah, it was interesting, you know, because like you know, but yeah.
That's good though. And you know, it always helps when your other partner is learning uh, learning about their culture and you wanting to do this, you wanting to do the same thing, as long as you guys are on the same page. Or if one isn't indigenous, um, if they're at least supportive
Yeah.
of your culture, it helps a lot.
Yeah.
I'm happy for both of you guys that you guys are on that journey.
Thank
And
you.
that you're teaching your daughter, you said you're teaching her some words,
Yeah.
and watching you do everything. That's awesome.
Yeah. Thank you. It's hard because, you know, like I want time to do these things, but then I realize like it's also important that she's a part of participating in a lot of stuff. Like I try and not leave her out. You know, like obviously tattoo revitalization is important to me, you know. And so like I try and have her be a part of that and have her watch so that it could be normal to her, because you know there's a reawakening of like tattoo, like traditional tattoos around here, but it's still very taboo to our community that are non-indigenous. And it was actually really hard to find a job in Louisiana due to the racism. Like the entire time I was living there, I didn't have a job. You know, I put in so many job applications. I got a lot of help from the one of the, I think it was like Voc Rehab or something like that, with the Chitimacha reservation. And like had it not been for them, like it would have been really hard to find a job because like I was just doing everything on my own. But in the meantime though, what really saved me was my business and taking on those commission orders and doing so much beadwork. Like I regret not taking pictures of every single like project that I did, but like I mean I made it enough to, you know, to keep our heads above the water. But I mean it was hard, but it helped build character, and it helped me to still be like connected to my culture so far away from home, especially in a community that's like predominantly non-indigenous. And like you have to travel real far to even like be around like, you know, other native people. So even though it was hard, it was a lot of learned.
Yeah, I completely understand what you're saying too. I can relate on that with you. When we moved to Oklahoma, same thing. Yeah, we had our struggles too, and it took me a while to find a job as well. I never thought about it that way, how you mentioned it, that it was, I'm sure they were just being prejudiced that I didn't get jobs because I was more than qualified, or maybe I was overqualified. Anyways, yeah, yeah, I know what you're saying. And but once we had the chance to move, like to come back to California, I took it. I didn't want to. I got tired of Oklahoma already. I didn't want to stay anymore. But going back to like trying to include your daughter, yeah, it's very important, and that's how it starts off. I feel teaching them young and just letting them participate. And I think about the kids now. Whenever it comes down to culture, I just think about the kids. Like, what am I going to teach them? What are they going to see from us? But I see sometimes that let's say like society now comes into effect, as well as like trying to balance everything out. Like, when do I bring in the culture? And with powwows not being around, we have to create something for them or just start something out. I let her participate with me, like when I'm sewing or working. I just try to include her when I can, or things that she could safely do. And then, ¿qué pasó? Yeah, yeah. And wait, can you hear me?
Oh, there it is. Loaded.
Sorry, the connection bad first.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, say hi.
We should make this into a family channel, you know? Hang on, baby. Hang on.
She's on.
Still with us, Ashley?
She can hear you. We're still live though.
It's like cutting out really bad. Like,
Go ahead.
There it is. Back on.
Okay. So yeah, yeah, once you become a mom, I feel like everything just turns to the kids, and it kind of forces you to reevaluate yourself too, and pushes you to do these things so you can teach them, or they can carry on something that you want to start off, and they can see like, hey, my mom did it. My mom did it by herself, or she taught me this.
exactly. Like, my whole mindset is my daughter, you know. Like, sometimes I get really hard on myself. And, like, I don't know. It's just, I feel like a lot of like women my age, they're like, oh, well, I'm gonna go back to work, or I'm gonna go back to school. And I'm like, I'm not, you know, I feel bad, but I'm like, I kind of wouldn't trade it for the world, because you can't learn these things in school. And, you know, I don't know, like, there's just a really big stigma on stay-at-home moms. And I don't know, it's
There is. No,
yeah,
I know what you're saying, and don't ever feel bad, because even if you're not going to school or doing what everybody else is doing, you're setting your own lane. You are blessed to stay at home with your daughter. That's a blessing already. And for you to teach her things, that's even a plus right there. Anything that you want to learn, you can learn. Like, they have it online, they have books for other things, but I mean, culture-wise, no. You can only learn
yeah.
that, and you're able to take her with you or do things with her. That's why I feel with them too. And with your business, I mean, that's that too. Not everybody will be
Yeah.
able to say like, hey, I work from home, I do my own thing, I have my business, and you'll have your struggles through that, but those are blessings to you, Ashley. Don't ever blame yourself for that, because that's where I was as well too. But school isn't for me, or I found out that it's not for me. I tried going back to college a long time ago, and I wasn't just feeling it. And I just feel like anything that I want to do, I can learn on my own, learn from somebody else. But yeah, I haven't gone back, and I don't feel like I need to. Plus, we have our business, and we're learning as we're going. I'm not a professional either at my business,
Yeah.
but I'm learning as I go. And any major work or out there, or if you get your degree on something, that's what everybody is going through too. They learn as they go. I mean, the book can teach you only so much. You have to learn everything in life. And that's what we're doing. We're learning everything in life as we go, day by
Yeah.
day with the kids.
Yeah.
And just trying to figure everything out, trying to balance everything out with the kid, culture, cleaning, cooking, business.
Yeah, I know it.
So yeah, don't ever feel bad about yourself. Like, everyone's just going through life and learning as they go. If they're trying to put you down, they're just not happy with their life, or maybe they're jealous that they can't spend as much time with their daughter as you do. Okay, you back? All right.
Yeah.
The business.
Go.
Okay, ask her when she unfreezes. This one's tight to me. Yeah, I want to go over your business real quick. I'm interested. You could talk about that.
Like what? Oh, you want her to talk about her
Mhm,
items,
mhm.
or what kind of things do you do,
From the
Ashley?
top to the bottom, what it's about and what it's being made, how it's being made.
Yeah. So business is Nallungriiq medicine, and it translates medicine. It started out as like traditional medicines and stuff like that, but then it like changed 360 because it just, I don't want to say it wasn't a moneymaker, but also it just didn't feel right to me because like I was actually out harvesting stuff and that's free to me. So why am I making it? That's one thing that I learned. So then it switched to beadwork and rig making. So like I mainly do beadwork because like that's a really high demand thing. Like you want beadwork all the time. But I've made my own regalia. I've made my nephew's regalia, my daughter's. I help make my husband's regalia. Like so, like I kind of do a little bit of everything. Like the highest thing people want is beadwork,
And they
and
want
that's
it
fine.
now.
Yeah. And that's totally fine, but like I just feel like right now the whole COVID thing going on, like everyone's like at home.
Uh-oh.
I just feel like it's I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, like
people are at home.
everyone.
There we go. Alaska
Each
Wi-Fi.
other, but like it seems like a lot of us are coming up with the same ideas, and
It's okay. It's okay.
sorry.
It happens, Ashley.
Those landlines, right? Oh.
To like venture in different mediums and stuff.
Hold on, let's give the Wi-Fi a second. So the last thing that I was able to catch was when you said that during the pandemic.
Yeah. So I was just saying that like a lot of us being home, like a lot of us are kind of all selling the same thing.
Oh.
And it just like I like to be unique, and I just feel like a lot of us are coming up with like we were all on the same wavelength, you know, and I just didn't want to sell something that I don't know, like it was overwhelming to see that like my work was kind of being like not stolen but like used as inspiration and being sold like 5 times the price of what I was selling. Like, you know, it just was becoming a whole different thing for me. So like I had to take a break from that. So then I started getting into drawing. Like I'm like another new thing with my business is like I'm trying to come up with different like designs that to sell as stickers, because like I noticed that that's a really hot thing right now too. But I'm kind of just shifting my business right now. I mean, I'm not taking any custom orders right now, but hope to add like more tradition into my business rather than just like beadwork. Because I feel like I'm worth I undersell myself a lot, but it keeps the customers coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you make that drawing, or was it your husband of you that got featured with Reclaim Your Power?
I did that one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Thank you.
He was like, "Who's Reclaim Your Power?" I was like, "What?"
I don't know.
I didn't even know that they wanted to share it until my husband said something. He said, "You know, Reclaim Your Power wants to share your work, right?" And I was like, "What?" So I was like, "Okay, let me message them." So I did.
And then I also saw a video. Well, before I change the subject, did you want to speak about her business anymore, or do you have any questions?
I had one, but you threw me off.
Oh, sorry.
Keep going.
Who?
Her.
Oh, okay, actually.
Oh, I'm good.
I don't know.
I'm good.
Okay.
Okay, got it. When you said about your beadwork and underselling and overselling too, how was it transitioning with business? Because this one at the beginning acted like, oh, I don't want that person wearing my clothes and all that stuff. And with beadwork too, it's just like, oh, that transition of, I don't know if I can make that too, right? And then,
Yeah.
so she had that in her mind. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, our clothing is kind of for everyone. It's not a particular tribe or tribes or trying to focus on that spiritual growth, but it's like, if they want it, they can have it. I mean, we're not really trying to act like that. So then her mind kind of shifted too. So like, okay, let's open it up. I'm like, yeah, open it up. What are you talking about? Telling her, what are you trying to do?
Yeah.
So,
For me, it was like, I don't know what it was. I guess I just felt like, I stay up like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, trying to come up with like unique artwork, like making it traditional and contemporary at the same time, so then that way it could be for everyone. And then it's kind of heartening when because I don't have too many. I only have like, I think 300 or something like that. But it's hard when somebody who has like, I don't know, 1,000 to 2,000 followers, and then they're selling something that is similar to what I made for something that I was only for like $40, and they're selling it for like 200. Like, yeah, So like, I kind of was hurt by that, and at that moment, it was just like, okay, I just need to like, I need new inspiration, and I need to just reevaluate what my
they're good.
setting. Yeah.
What do you use for your backing on the beadwork? Like, I was using elk and deer.
I normally bead on Helen, which is like stiffened felt, and then what I normally do is I put cardboard behind it, and then I'll take whatever leather or hide I got, and then have it made that way.
Nice. Gotcha. $40 for that? That skin costs more than that. Wow. I'm just like, wow. I'm like, what are you doing? Got some good deals, man. Good deals.
Hey, when I first started off, I would be giving stuff away. And my husband would be like, what are you
me
doing?
too.
She's like my husband. I'm like, right here, fool.
Sorry. But yeah, I would be giving stuff away, and I'm like, oh, why? It's okay. Like, just let them. It's fine. He's like, no, you need to stop doing that. No, know your worth.
I'm handling the books. That's why I'm like, dude, I gotta make this net worth right now. The net income.
Yeah, we were not making money at all at the beginning, and then me giving stuff away, not helping.
Yeah.
But that's something that I know a lot of artists struggle with, like your worth, and then being discouraged and trying to like figure out which way are we going, how are we sticking to this, and then trying to stand out from everybody else. Trying to include your culture into that in your own design. I know that I struggle with that too, and I feel like I'm sometimes still struggling with that as I go. Like, I have my waves, I'm like inspired, we're doing this, I'm like, oh, I don't feel like doing that no more, or like, I don't feel like doing anything right now. Maybe I want to change my things up, and it's just about, sometimes we just need to take a break from it all, and just like you said, like, you'll step away from that and then trying to like reevaluate yourself. I find myself doing that too. We just need to step away and relax. I'm sure we're just overwhelming ourselves, burning ourselves out, and we need that break. And
Yeah,
sometimes that would
exactly.
just bring us back to our original idea, why we started it off, how we're doing it, and then we just get back on that ride and keep going for it for a while or until you get burnt out again.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing to do? Is it beading, or now that you're learning how to carve?
I kind of want to say carving is my favorite because like you get like you could actually and like physically see that there's progress being made within stuff like that. So I mean, in a way, but at the same time, I like the reward of carving because then I don't have to worry about thread and oh, I got a knot and so it's like there's I don't know. I kind of like carving right now. I guess it's because I've never done it before and I enjoy it.
You gotta describe what you're carving to me. We're trying to figure stuff out.
Yeah, let me grab it.
Okay.
See,
I'm trying to figure it out.
Follow her.
No, I'm trying to figure it out.
They posted it on there.
Oh, yeah? My bad. Jeez.
And her husband's doing it too, right?
Jeez, man. Sorry, I just
Okay,
post
so
dank memes and leave. So what is it? While she loads.
They're carving traditional
so
designs.
this is what I carved.
Okay, it's loading.
That's from what I saw that her husband was doing.
Okay.
Hold on, Ashley.
Still pending.
If you can hear us, you froze a little, but
Okay, here we go.
Ooh.
Something going on here.
Oh wait, I didn't see that.
Still loading. And what's that made out of? Can't even tell. Hold up. Wi-Fi.
Hung on. Wait,
Big
Ashley.
chunk. It was probably 5 to 7 pounds.
Still loading.
That's all right.
That's cool.
So it's okay. Well, it's loading. Let me just speak a little bit. Those of you that are just tuning in, we are speaking to Ashley,
all the way in Alaska with crazy Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're good now.
Okay, so yeah, this was really it's made out of soapstone. It's it started off as just a 7-pound chunk, and I had to use a hand saw to make the shape that I wanted and different carving tools to make but
Wow, that's so cool.
And a picture of a pen in it.
And this one probably was like a size to light up a room, like a small bedroom, but not like a living area. We use bead for keeping under your parka and keeping warm, or something like this to light up a bedroom, or a bigger one for cooking and lighting area, or even a bigger one for ceremony. So this is favorite thing to do. I love carving lamps. I hope to be advanced, carve different designs on the side, and to be able to carve little animals and stuff inside of the little bowl part.
Cool. Wait, so you said that, do you put the wood or something inside of it to give light?
Yeah, so
hold on, I can't hear you. Oh, there you go. Hold up, Ashley.
No, she's right there. Good.
Okay.
Can you guys? Okay. So what you would do is you take cotton and you line it right here, and then you fill it up with oil, and then you light the cotton, and until the oil runs out.
Oh, cool.
I'll post a video later about lighting it.
Okay. Okay.
What is your, okay, let me share your Instagram name, and correct me if I'm pronouncing this wrong. It's at Nuna_Arnak.
Yeah, so Nuna Aknak. So the R is a sound. So Nuna Ak, and that's my Instagram, but it translates to land woman.
Oh, cool. I like that. Did you have any other questions about the carvings? I want to speak on your tattoos.
Yeah, we could get to that.
I love it. If I
Thank
could, I
you.
would get facial tattoos too. But for now, like, I'm just getting them on my fingers, which I barely just got, and that Hello? Okay.
Because our tribe has tattoos like that, so I want you to be my cousin.
I think they're so beautiful. And I know that
Hi, I can hear you. Sorry.
Different definitions. Okay. Baby.
There you go.
All right. Can you hear me?
Something like that. Just
Yeah.
Okay. What I was going to say is that I know that different tribes have different meanings for their lines or facial tattoos, what they represent. And what do your facial tattoos represent or mean to you?
Yeah. So these are my chin tattoos. They're called Sugtstun, and pretty much they're puberty tattoos. So when you have your first period, you have to go into like hiding, like seclusion. They had a hut in the village specifically for women who are going through their moon time, and they would gather with that girl and pretty much teach her how to be a, and that she's ready to have children and that she could essentially get married. And so that's the significance of it. And obviously I'm married. When I was single, I only had these. Now that I'm married, I have my middle. So like over time, women can add stuff to their chin tattoo. But that I got this one done, I think when I was 19 or something like that. But so that's what that represents. And normally after you get married, you just keep getting more tattoos as like not just for like healing for yourself and stuff like that. Also just to be more beautiful. In my culture, the more markings that you have, the more wisdom that you have, the more beauty that you hold. So I'm not too sure the specifics on like these markings, but our people did them, and it was very common for the women to have both sides of their face done. I've heard that one side represents your dad's side and one side represents your mom's side, but I think over time, like it just like that has changed, and that might not even mean what it means. It could just mean that you're beautiful, or you know. But also, you know, I have my fingers done as well. So in my culture, we have like a sea goddess, and the story goes is that she was supposed to get married and she didn't want to, and so her dad took her out into a kayak and he pushed her overboard, and so she went to the kayak so that she wouldn't be in the ocean. but he cut her fingers off so she couldn't swim. So she went all the way down to the bottom of the ocean. So now the sea mammals like attached themselves to her fingers so that she could have put good into the world, that she will grant you a successful and so those are that part of my culture. So
It's fun.
but common places is the chest, the forearms, and the legs and the face.
So pretty much everywhere. That's cool though. Thank you for sharing that. That's very, I would say, honoring to hear what your people do and what your tattoos
What do you
mean.
mean by your people?
Your tribe. And did you say that you were trying to learn how to do poke tattoos too?
Yeah,
so
yeah, I have work from a local artist here, and her name is Sarah Wayland Lunn. She goes by Ink Stitcher on Instagram. She's done my wrists for me, but going, from home, I wanted to be connected to home in Louisiana, so I picked up on it. I wasn't officially like taught or anything like that. It's just something that I was like, you know what, I'm gonna wing it. Which, not a lot of people would recommend, but I just feel like in a way, like just when you ask for help or stuff like that, that you're just withholding knowledge, and that's not right to do. But I've done a good portion of my own work as well. Actually, how I got into making beadwork and regalia and stuff like that is I didn't have money to buy regalia. I didn't have the money for materials for somebody to make my regalia. So what I do a lot is like I make my own stuff, or I do a lot of stuff where I don't have that extra money to dish out. So a lot of my tattoos that I've done is because I can't afford whatever the rate is per hour, dependents I go to. Like I don't have that money. And same thing with my regalia. I just didn't have the money for somebody to make it for me. So that's how I learned how to bead and stuff, is just doing it on my own. One of my first teachers for regalia making was June Pardue, and I call her my auntie, but we're actually just cousins. But because she's an elder, I call her auntie. But yeah, so I do some of my own traditional stick and poke markings.
You're cutting off, Ashley. Go ahead.
There it is.
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. Give it a second more, so it loads up. I had my first stick tattoos done on my fingers here. Did they hurt for you too?
I couldn't hear you, sorry.
Okay, no, that's okay. Hopefully we give it a couple seconds more. It'll load up.
Okay, I could hear better now.
Okay, what I had said earlier, that I also got my first stick tattoos done on my finger. And I was going to ask you, did they hurt on you? I mean, they weren't that bad, but you know, I could still feel the pain. But I would say it was less pain than like a traditional tattoo. I mean, with the machine than the stick. Is that the same
Yeah.
for you?
Yeah, I had more pain with
With the
in the
machine?
parlor, yeah, with the machine than traditional style. My fingers didn't hurt, but they got really swollen because, you know, our fingers are really sensitive.
Oh,
But yeah.
damn. What I got is our numbers in Maya. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And this is 5. This one hurt the most. And then it's just like, well, the rest of them should have carried on to here, but I couldn't finish because of the kids. But I finished on his
Yeah.
hand. So then 21, 22, and so on. That's what I wanted on my hands. So I remember I can teach others that want to just like know how we write the numbers. And I almost didn't get them, but I'm happy that I did.
That's
But
awesome.
did you want to share anything else or anything that you feel like you want to speak on before we wrap it up?
I think like one thing that stood out to me the most when you reached out to speak today was, what do you have to those who are wanting to learn their culture? So I just wanted to speak on that lightly.
Okay.
Yeah, so I just wanted to say to anybody out there that is thinking about like learning about their culture, claiming some of the things that your people have done, like I encourage everyone to do it, especially if you have the resources, the people, the connection to do something like that. Like you can't go anywhere but forward. You can't go backwards when you're learning these things. Not only does it just help you be more like feel more whole as a person, but also it helps you later in life when you're going through a hard time and you're like, oh yeah, I think one of my elders did tell something, you know, in relation to whatever it is that you're going through, but just something that they randomly taught you. But you know, I think like personally, culture saved my life. You know, I had a hard life. I went through a lot of stuff, and it was hard overcoming. But without the support and love from my community and from those who are helping me relearn these things and reawaken these things, like had it not been for that, I wouldn't be where I am today. You know, I believe that there's hope for everyone out there, and if you're struggling with sobriety or whatever it is that you're through, that you could get through it. And with the help of your community and your culture, like you're golden from there on out. And even if you do mess up, I've been there, I messed up. You know, I went back to drinking, you know, twice. And I was hard on myself, but then I remembered that I have a lot of who still love me and who still care for me. So if there's anyone out there curious and want to learn.
Okay.
That's good though.
Yes, you're spot on. And I want to add something to that although I'm 32, it's never too late to find out about your culture, no matter what age you're at. If you don't have somebody that from your tribe or somebody in your family that knows, maybe find a friend or research online. I mean, there's only so much you can research online, but it's never too late to find out. And like you said, Ashley, that once you find out a little bit more of yourself, you feel complete. And sometimes a lot of us that get lost need that without realizing it. We do need that to ground ourselves, to learn something, to ground ourselves or know how to do it or where to go to if you feel a little lost. And thank you for touching on that. I almost forgot about that, and I was the one that sent you that question. Like, I had too much going on today, I guess, or my mind is somewhere else. But thank you for being on here with us. I really appreciate it. Like I said, I'm low-key a fan of yours. And thank you for everything that you shared with us. It was very educational for me and for everybody out there. Hope you learned something with Ashley. I've never, well, I guess I don't know anything about the tribes in Alaska, so it was very nice to hear from you firsthand from somebody. Thank you for your presence. Did you want to finish it out with anything else?
Let's go fishing real quick. I was promised fishing.
No.
Know how to do it out there.
But Ashley, good luck with everything that you're pursuing. Good luck with your family. Many blessings and good health for all of you. I hope we can be friends online.
Yes, thank you so much.
And hopefully work together on something. I always want to
Yeah.
include everybody with our business, or maybe like we can make something together, or you can sell your stuff on my website. Like, but hopefully continue some relationship from this.
Yes,
Empower each other.
thank you.
You're welcome. And so I'll share your information. I'll share maybe some more information of you. But if anybody wants to follow her, her Instagram name is @Nuna_Ahnak. Did I say that right?
Yes,
Ahnak.
yes.
And she does do some commission work. She'll let you guys know when she's accepting any orders. Check out her work though on her Instagram. Her husband does some work too. And thank you all for tuning in to the Talking Stick. And until next week.
Yep, next week again.
Thank you, Ashley, again.
Koyana, thank you.
We saw fish time.
Bye.